Good morning, everybody, and a happy Tuesday morning to you. This stuff just never ends. We have some royal family news, obviously, but we also have some updates from yesterday's story and some comments from you guys. Wow. I mean, it's getting deep. So let's just jump in and cover what we have, shall we? Let's go. We're starting off with King Charles, who's still in Scotland, and several days ago, he held an audience with the First Minister of Scotland, John Swinney, and also the Emir of Kuwait, Mishal al-Hamad al-Jabbar al-Sabah, at Dumfries House in Scotland. Next up, we were notified by the court circular that the Duke of Edinburgh was in Estonia as the Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Dragoon Guards. Captain George Hopkins, the equerry to the Duke of Kent, was there as well. Edward, upon arriving, met Alar Karis. I hope I'm saying that right. He met him, he sat down, he did the leadership thing, he signed the book, all the stuff that they do when they go on these visits. One of the things Edward did was visited the troops currently deployed to Estonia, and he attended a training exercise. These cold weather operator courses take place every year in Estonia, and they have soldiers spending 2 nights in the forest. They learn how to make camps, they learn how to make fires, how to find food, that sort of thing. And Edward be looking spiffy in that outfit, let me tell you. What it is with men. Women just get older, men get more distinguished. Let's move on. On January 17th, Princess Anne, Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, opened an education center in Swindon. This center improves veterinary care for animals. It's called Improved Veterinary Education Clinic Excellence Center. Now, that's a mouthful. She arrived, she was greeted by the mayor of Swindon, the leader of their borough council, the MP, all the important stuff. She went on a tour of the facilities. She spoke to the faculty, the veterinary surgeons and nurses to learn about their advancements in veterinary training and technology. Princess Anne then went into one of the classrooms for an online training simulation and interactive session before heading into the wet lab to watch the demonstration of an abdominal ultrasound on live dogs. And you can see one of the dogs there, pretty cool. And she also toured the radiology suite. Now, this place was originally based somewhere else and then relocated in 2009 to Alexandra Park, and now it's moved to Delta Business Park as of July of 2024. Now, Princess Anne, of course, unveiled an official plaque that declared the center open and thanked those for their dedication to animal welfare. She wished them well and highlighted, her own love of animals. And she said, I won't have time to list all the livestock I've owned over the years. And it finished with a private lunch. Now, when that was done on the same day, Princess Anne went to the Westbury Sailing Club, marking several milestones with their visit. She went to the West Wilts Youth Sailing Association to celebrate their 58th birthday, the RYA Green Award, and the transfer of land and water from Linda Watts to the association. This is a charitable organization based in the town that is dedicated to introducing young people between the ages of 8 and 18 to sailing. So she arrived at about 2 o'clock after her private lunch. She was given a tour of the sailing club. She started with an onshore demonstration of tacking by a group of youth instructors. Then she went on to inspect some model boats and a look at their new electric motorboat. Pretty cool. Next up, we have Duchess Sophie. She had her 60th birthday on January 20th, and they have released some gorgeous pictures taken at her home, Bagshot Park. She looks absolutely lovely. Sophie is known for championing women and girls, and she chose Nigerian-born, London-based Christina for the photography because she was interested in her style and wanted to support a rising female photographer. I love that. Oh my goodness. She's just so fabulous. They're saying she's just like the queen. She puts duty and responsibility before herself and is never one to seek the limelight, but she's great fun. I bet she is. Happy birthday, Sophie. And a big thank you to Remoulade Sauce as usual for showing us everything she was wearing. Let's keep going. All right, let's catch up. This came off of Twitter. It's being alleged in a podcast that Harry and Meghan's security team cleared people out in the area where they did their pap walk through the ruins. Apparently, a woman and her daughter were told they had to leave and come back after Harry and Meghan had left. If that's true, I am just absolutely disgusted. What an abuse of titles. I mean, Harry, of all people, should know better than to make a photo op out of somebody else's misery, considering that he complained about the photos that were taken at the accident scene of his mother, like they were rubbernecking. Really, the man has learned absolutely nothing. That's all I can say. Shame on him. And with that, I want to point out what one of my subscribers said. Show up, do good, announce to the world, that you're merching, and bring the camera in tow. Exactly. Spot on comment. Now, of course, Harry and Meghan had put their little minions out. Sources close to the Sussexes said that this is just stressing. Basically, with everything going on, Meghan's show postponed, and Harry in the UK for a tricky court case, things aren't easy, and Vanity Fair has succeeded in making a bad time worse. In other words, they're trying to tell you that Vanity Fair is picking on them. I'm sorry, but when the same behavior is reported over and over and over again by multiple staff members, you can't get away from it. They're not picking on you, they're reporting on you. There's a difference. My thought process on this is the fact that they're not paying any attention, they're dismissing them, probably means that they're true. And Meghan is stuck being a victim. She cannot get out of the whole I'm a victim narrative. And that, in my opinion, has always been her biggest downfall, the fact that she can't admit when something's not right with her. Now, as I told you yesterday, Harry still thinks his mother was, knocked off. And one of you pointed out that a full inquest was undertaken. It was found it was not murder. And H knows this, which I completely agree. And he probably would have done better to help with initiatives like not drinking and driving, wearing your seatbelt. I agree. So now the neighbors are speaking out. They don't like them. So what happens next? What's the next thing that happens? Sharon Stone. They bring up a comment from Sharon Stone, of all people, a comment that she made back in 2020. They're digging into their archives. The thing about them, which is so great, they didn't come here to live off the community. They came here to be part of the community. But of course, now we know that's also a lie. Now, a lot of old stories are popping up now, like the whole debacle with their daughter's name, because Harry called the Queen and said, we'd like to name our daughter after you. And the Queen, of course, assumed it was Elizabeth and said, oh, that would be nice. She had no idea that the nickname was being used. So, of course, the courtiers spoke out and said he didn't ask permission. Harry goes, yes, I did, and I'll sue anybody who says otherwise. And what did we find out later on? We found out that the Queen was absolutely distressed and said, the only thing that I own in this world is my name, and they've taken it. And I'll never understand to this day why Harry and Meghan named their daughter after the head of the very family that Meghan said was such a racist POS. Well, it doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. I mean, she copyrighted the kid's name before she was even born, right? So they had made the decision what they were going to name this kid before she was born. This is for future merching, I assure you. And later on, of course, we found out that reports came out that Harry and Meghan were actually planting stories against Queen Elizabeth. They were in bed with the media outlets to attack her. Apparently, Radar Online got a Freedom of Information request and found out all of this information. It was reported that Harry and Meghan engaged pit bull publicists to seed stories to favored media outlets. The plan was to tell stories against the monarchy, which was when Queen Elizabeth was still alive, and that a royal author and commentator named Dylan Howard was the one who confirmed the details, if you can believe this. So people who watch the latest Netflix drop would have sympathy for the couple if paparazzi were flying over their home, and at the same time, time, they were launching a broadside at Buckingham Palace and accusing staffers of leaking stories to the media. Even intimate senior members of the royal family could have been the puppet master behind the leaks. But when you make those accusations, you have to make sure that your side is squeaky clean. And they found out that Harry and Meghan were not. They were actually planting stories against his own family. Disgusting. Now, all of this has happened because, let's be honest, this is what Meghan has wanted all along. She wants to be American royalty. That's why she continues to try to make herself relevant. That's why she continues to use the title Duchess of Sussex. She literally throws it in everybody's face. But this is not being successful. She seems to have forgotten that the United States fought a war to get rid of royalty in, here. So she can promote herself till she's blue in the face. People don't like her. No matter what she does, she's considered to be a fake royal. She'll never live up to the Queen. She'll never live up to Catherine. They're saying now that she's starting to panic because she realizes that people aren't accepting her as American royalty. God knows I never would. I would take Catherine. I wouldn't take her. Now, going back to the whole fire thing and the publicity thing, they're saying that Meghan is being accused of double standards because she's postponing the Netflix cookery show With Love, Meghan. Supposedly, allegedly, she's doing that because of the devastation caused by the wildfires in California. But as I've told you in a previous video, she had no pangs of conscience when the Oprah show was being broadcast in 2021 and Prince Philip was in, the hospital dying. And she claimed that they were just trying to muzzle her. Meghan didn't even think twice about going ahead there. So it's double standards. But, they're saying this is what you can come to expect from her. It's hypocrisy of the worst kind and a simple publicity grabbing move. There are some talks that the postponement of her show is because it's been received so badly. It's got so many thumbs down. The comments, because Netflix left the comments on when they, put the thing out for it, the comments have been brutal. And so people are wondering, would people really want to watch a TV show about somebody's luxury lifestyle when thousands of Americans have seen their homes and lives destroyed? So it's questionable whether the delay until March will make much of a difference because there's still going to be thousands of people homeless in 3 months' time. I mean, really, they did the Oprah show when Prince Philip was dying. They recorded the Netflix series when Queen Elizabeth was suffering from bone cancer. And just think, they did that 6-part program knowing or thinking that the Queen would be alive to see it. Could you just imagine? That's why people are calling her a hypocrite. Go ahead and air your show. It's going to flop. Now, of course, with the fires, Harry and Meghan put out that ridiculous statement about the fires that, of course, we wouldn't have known anything about had they not droned on about it. Here are some ideas. Go check on your neighbors. Go check on your pets. Blah, 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 blah. And people are saying that they have reached a new level of delusion because they think that people are really going to be hanging on every word that they say. But the truth is, they're not. Their statement says they opened up their home to family. What family? Only Doria is their family, and she's already living with them. Give me a break. It's just like when she made the statement that she could, postpone the Netflix show. No, she's not a partner with Netflix. She didn't postpone it. They did. All right, I'm going to end with this because it just seems to be what everybody's talking about. You remember when Meghan Markle got engaged and she showed off the ring and she gushed about it. It was perfect and he designed it. It's perfect. It's just what I want. The 2 tiny diamonds on either side belonged to Diana, and the middle stone was sourced from Botswana per Harry. But for all of her gushing about how beautiful the ring was, it's perfect, it's exactly what I want, people have noticed through the years that the ring keeps morphing. There's something weird going on. The first thing we noticed was after the first child was born, the band was changed out and it's covered in diamonds all the way around. Then for a very long time, we noticed that she didn't wear the engagement ring anymore. Everybody was like, what's going on? Supposedly, she told people that the ring was just being checked, that some of the settings had come loose, but you don't leave your ring for 9 months if that's the case. So people were really questioning what the heck was going on. And then the ring reappeared, and as you can see now, there's diamonds all along the bottom. But then something else happened. In Nigeria, this picture was taken, and as you can see, that is no longer a cushion cut diamond. That is now a big darn rectangle diamond. So she changed out the center stone from a cushion cut to a more expensive square cut diamond. And we've seen this multiple times. People said it was her pinky blood diamond ring, the 2-carat square cut that she wears on her pinky. But no, this is much bigger than that. So, yay. My goodness, I want your comments, so make them good, you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up to help me with my algorithm. Then go down into the description box where you'll find the link to my Twitter, my Gettr, my Rumble, my email, my physical address, and my Amazon wish list. For those of you who've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.